Everybody, it's Wednesday, close to 5 o'clock, and I'm going to cut a video because there's a lot to talk about, especially in the next 3 weeks, even maybe 4 weeks over the eastern half of the country. Let's focus on the first area of concern, which is a storm that's going to develop this weekend along the eastern seaboard. And I mentioned a lot how I thought this was going to evolve on Monday in the post I wrote, but I want to do a video just to take everybody into more detail, maybe clarify a few things so you know exactly what to expect. To start off, I want to start off with what the satellite looks like today. And here you can see there's actually a storm system out in the central part of the country right now. Okay, you have another wave of low pressure coming in from the Pacific Ocean right here. And what's going to end up happening is this storm is going to run into a blocking high pressure region to the north and die out. And that's best represented with this map right here. So here's a storm later today. You could see this big area of red is almost like think of it as a brick wall. So this storm cannot move into an area of high pressure. So what happens is it's forced to jump to the coast and redevelop right here, which means people along the Atlantic, on the eastern part of the country, are going to see a very decent snowstorm Saturday night into Sunday, especially in New England. But for our area, which would be North Jersey, some people I know are in South Jersey, New York City, it's going to be a very close call. And right now I'm leaning towards a solution which would be colder than what the models are currently showing, and I'll explain why in a minute. But really the key behind this storm is going to be this high pressure region right here. We need this to move further to the west. The further to the west it moves, the more cold air that's going to be available for our area, and the more offshore the storm will form. So if we jump to this weekend on this map, you can see the high pressure does move a little bit to the west. Ideally, we'd like to see it over here, but it's right there. And we're going to have a surface low. This is just at halfway up in the atmosphere. But we're going to have a low pressure developing right here, which is, again, going to be a very close call for anybody south of the Hudson Valley. And if you look at what this looks like on the model, okay, I'll take you through what the storm's going to look like. Here it approaches now. This is Saturday 7 a.m., Saturday 1 p.m., Sunday 1 a.m. So you can see storms in our area. But at this point, everything basically below this blue dotted line, dashed line, is rain. And then eventually the storm begins to pull out. It hammers New England with a bunch of snow. I'm talking anywhere from 8 to 16 inches. It looks like it's pretty likely up there, and then it pulls out. Now, what that's going to look like for precipitation, so you can see this is a simulated precipitation. The storm comes in. Take note of this graph here. You can see the storm comes in. Most of New Jersey's in rain, along with extreme southeast New England, and then eventually it gives North Jersey some snow and Massachusetts some snow. This is going to shift a little south. I think that high pressure region is going to shift more than what the models are expecting. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to show a little area of probability in a minute, but I think extreme northern, northwestern Jersey will see snow from this. I can't give accumulations yet. I'll release that tomorrow night. I will guess on the order of close to, possibly 4 to 6 inches. In these areas here, we'll definitely see upwards of a foot of snow. And you got to look at model trends in something like this. And right now, this is the last 3 runs of the American model. So green is 2 runs ago. This is this morning's run, and this is the afternoon run. So the storm has trended further north, which pulls in more warm air from the south. So that's why we're seeing more of a liquid event and not an icy event for the New Jersey area. But, we still have 4 days to go. So that could change, and I think it's going to. Real quick, to show you, here's my original area of concern I posted on Monday for a potential storm, and that was in terms of frozen precipitation. I have since then updated that today, and my new area of concern would look like this. So figure I'm very confident everybody in New England's going to see snow, possibly heavy. And northern Jersey, extreme northwestern Jersey, I'm putting out a 50-50 shot right now. And by 50-50, I mean it could very well be mostly rain, or we could see an event where we have some rain and ice changing to snow, accumulating several inches. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And right now, if I took a stance, I would say this is where the best shot for our forecast area of accumulating snow is. And anybody who follows us up in here, it's pretty much a done deal. You're going to see snow out of this system. Before I let everybody go, because I'm going to update snowfall amounts tomorrow night, like I said, I want to show something very interesting. It looks like it wants to set up late next week for the first week of March. Here's the upper air pattern for March 1st, and as you can see, you have a massive amount of high pressure to the north, basically cutting everything off in the eastern quadrant of the country. So you have all these high pressure areas to the north. You have a very, very dense area of low pressure that's going to want to develop in the eastern part of the country. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to see a piece of energy from the Pacific Ocean dive down the jet stream like this, and you're going to see a storm develop in the Gulf, and it's going to blow up somewhere. And a setup like this can give one of those blockbuster events that you don't see, once every 15 years, a 1996 or 1993 like event. And the reason being is because if a storm does happen to develop down here, and you have all this blocking to the north, the storm can't escape. So what it does is it strengthens, and then it stalls right over our forecast area. An event like that could last anywhere from 24 to 36 hours, dumping a tremendous amount of snow somewhere in this region. Some of the long-term models have been showing that consistently. I don't think it's appropriate to really take a stance on if I think it's actually realistic until early next week, maybe this weekend. But it's something to keep in mind because the end game to this winter really can be exciting if you like snow. And when it's all said and done, we can look back and say, hey, what a winter that was. But we're going to have to wait and see. And for now, let's just focus on the storm for Saturday night into Sunday. Again, it's going to be borderline for North Jersey. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. But when I release my snowfall map tomorrow night, most likely it's going to show mostly New England in accumulating snow and probably northwestern Jersey up to 6 inches I'll probably put. But check in tomorrow. I'll update it again. But, we have something to look forward to in terms of the weather. So we'll see what happens. That's all for now.